Hey everybody, welcome to Doral, Florida. I'm Katie and you're watching Southern Life. This town was founded in the 1950s by Doris and Alfred Caskell. They purchased it for $49,000 when it was just swampland so that they could build a beautiful golf course and hotel, which was the town's first structure. Doral combines Doris and Alfred. The city now has a population of 61,000. Their median income was $73,000. The per capita income is $39,000 and your median home price is $417,000. 15% of the population of this town is of Cuban descent. 100,000 people work in this city from the Miami metro area, and 79% of the population of this town is of Latino descent.
Statistics on Doral vary from website to website as there is a trend of increasing income, increasing population, and more employment in the area, meaning that the statistics are always trending in a positive direction. Doral is a very diverse city. It had the second highest percentage of Venezuelan residents with 8% of the population. Thus, it is known as Dorazuela, a combination of Venezuela and Doral. There's also Cubans. There's also the sixth highest percentage of Colombians in the United States at 8%. They're also the 10th most in the United States of Peruvians at 3% of the population, and the 48th highest percentage of Dominicans. There's also Brazilians, Nicaraguans, Ecuadorians, so it's a very diverse city. The vast majority of residents speak Spanish. English is 16% of the population. Portuguese, fala 5% of the population. 1% speak Chinese, Tamil, which is a Southeast Asian language. 0.5% of the population speaks Japanese, Arabic, and other languages. So it's a very diverse place with people from Asia, Central America, Latin America, and all over the world. This place attracts business, international business from all over the world. People from all these different countries come here and take part of a very, very wealthy, affluent society with lots of international trade and business taking place. Venezuelans are slowly becoming the vast majority of the residents here, and I believe that most statistics online do not reflect accurately how many Venezuelans there are here, as the population has grown very fast in a very short period of time. Most of these Venezuelans are escaping the political and civil turmoil in their country. They were able to escape with their wealth and come to the United States, as the country is now in very dire economical situations. Less than 500,000 Venezuelans live in the United States, so they're a small percentage of the United States population. However, it has grown drastically in a very short period of time, as many people try to find a place to be safe away from the turmoil in that country. Many have come to the United States. Countless others have gone to Colombia, and all over the world Venezuelans have had to flee and find another country where they can continue to be successful, productive people without the fear of the government confiscating their properties, assets, and their abilities. A large percentage of the people from Venezuela that found themselves in Miami were actually very affluent people with a lot of business and a lot of net worth, and they were able to acquire good real estate and start good businesses in the area. So these demographics and these unique populations make Doral a very interesting place as an affluent, suburban, American city with people from all over the world. It really is a unique and different place, kind of unlike anything else in the country, really. In the year 2017, Doral published a comprehensive study of their economy. And in this study, it was concluded that the city is home to 6,800 establishments employing over 100,000 people, with the total volume of sales revenue from these companies concentrated in small geographical areas representing almost $700,000 per worker, or over 1.3 million per resident, making Doral one of South Florida's and the state's most productive local economies. Therefore, this is really a place that's making money move on a large scale. Something on the scale of $700,000 per worker. That is incredible. The Trump Organization has almost 1,000 employees here. Carnival Corporation has over 2,000. Univision, which is a TV station that broadcasts in Spanish, has about 800 employees here. That is a lot. I did not know that Univision needed that many employees. Leon Medical Centers, which is a very popular medical company out of Miami, very popular all over Latin television. They really promote really hard. They have about 700 employees. The Miami Herald has over 600 employees. Supreme International, and many other companies. So this is a place that has a lot of corporations and a lot of people moving a lot of money. Venezuela was the richest country in South America, and it is no longer holding that position. It went from one of the wealthiest countries in Latin America to absolutely one of the poorest in a very short period of time. Caracas, the capital, has one of the highest murder rates of any city in the entire world, and the country's murder rate is higher than those countries in Latin America like Salvador, Honduras, and Mexico, making it the most dangerous place in the world to live, much more than countries that are at war. So the situation in that country is very, very scary. Venezuela is dealing with food shortages, and many other things like toilet paper. Basic necessities require very long lines. The country is in complete turmoil, and many of its residents have had to flee, and a lot of them have made Doral their new home. Agora Doral tem muitos brasileiros. Muitos brasileiros têm muito dinheiro, tem muitos centavos, cruzeiros, muito dinheiro. Gente do Brasil, gente da favela. I don't really have a lot of Portuguese, but I manage with what I have. There's a lot of Portuguese here as well. People ask, is Doral, Florida a good place to live? According to Google, it is a very good place to live with lots of young professionals. In fact, Niche.com considers it one of the best places to live in Florida. One thing that I can guarantee you is on point here is their food game. As being part of the Miami metropolitan area, a lot of Colombians, Dominicans, and all these other people, you can bet their food here is amazing. I wanted to give you guys a very nice tour of the city. However, most of the communities are gated for security, as this is the way the affluent people like to live behind a gate, away from people like YouTubers who go in their community with cameras. I totally understand it. I wouldn't want a YouTuber coming in my community and putting it on YouTube, so most of these communities are gated. We can only imagine from the outside how nice it is to live in one of these gated communities. Google continues to elaborate, saying that the median rent is about $2,000 a month. That's more than twice the national average. It says it's got a suburban feel with coffee shops and population density, lots of amenities. Of course, any urban place is going to have a pretty high population density. What saves this city is that it's got a lot of green spaces, parks, and of course lots of lakes and other green areas that kind of make it feel nice. I will say this, for being part of the Miami metropolitan area, the roads do seem to be kind of not congested, so I think they have a good balance of population density. Being in a metropolitan area of about 5 million people, it's understandable that people are going to want to live behind a gated community. Crime rates are pretty good for the city. Extraordinarily low murder rate, 1.6. That's incredibly low, especially considering that the residents come from the most dangerous country in the world, which kind of lets you know that it's not so much the people of a place, it's kind of the situations they're put in. Assaults are very low. Other types of crimes are very low. Robberies are extremely low. So this is a very low crime Latino community. With an average income about $20,000 above the national average, it gets a good score as well for employment. Do you have a job offer in Doral? Do you want to marry a rich Venezuelan woman so you can live in a nice suburban place? Comment below and let us know how you feel about those things.